you haven't seen nothing yet, because I'm sure that you agree when I say that, hey, if you're going to be successful in business, if you want to do well in your ventures, it takes so much more than just the right tools. With GrooveFunnels, you have all the tools that you need. It takes so much more than just the right strategies, because also right here at GrooveFunnels, you have all the training from the best internet marketing experts and business experts that you need as well. But in addition to all of that, as I mentioned before, if you don't have it all right up here, if you don't know where you're going, if you're not in tune with your spiritual self, a lot of times that is also one of the biggest reasons why people fail in their businesses. So all the tools in the world, all the best mentors, all the best training in the entire world that you already have your hands on may still not be enough. And that's why we are here today. Of course, especially for my sessions, I want to give you the very, very best. I want to give you everything that you need in order for you to completely kill any negative energy around you and positively be able to do everything and anything that you put your mind to. And that is why my next guest, very exciting, is the master of Chinese metaphysics. Believe it or not, she has over 10 years of metaphysics and healing experience. Not only has she successfully immersed herself into the eastern side of the world with that practice, but as well, the Western practices as well. Now, I met her about 2 or 3 years ago at a seminar, a multi-speaker seminar that I was hosting, and within a matter of moments of her hitting the stage, I was absolutely blown away by her content, and I knew the very first opportunity that I could get, I want to invite her onto my stage, onto my platform, whenever possible. Of course, things that are outside of our control kind of put a stop to those plans before I was successfully able to arrange my very own first multi-speaker seminar. But whenever that happens again later on and the opportunity opens again, you can be sure that this next speaker will be one of these special guests. Now, I'm sure all of us, right now especially, and those of you maybe at one point or another, we've gone through our own emotional, family, financial, or career crisis. And it's important for us to know how to deal with those. It's important for us to know how we can recover from those. And this is going to be one very special technique that I believe our next speaker is going to be sharing with us on the topic of hypnotherapy, energy, as well as self-healing. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and if you fit somewhere in between, over there as well, I want you to please help me to welcome to the Groovathon my very good friend, somebody that you're going to learn a lot from, both spiritually as well as physically. Please help me to welcome, give a big virtual round of applause, show her lots of love in the comments, Dr. Adeline Tan. How are you doing, Adeline? Good to see you. Long time no see.
Hi everyone. Thank you for having me here today.
Thank you for coming. So I think a lot of our fellow Groovesters, as we call them, who are a part of our community, they all are very aspiring entrepreneurs. Many of them also, because of our current climate situation, have gone through a lot of different problems and crises in their own lives and have come here as a place to hopefully help them to overcome those challenges, find the right tools and education for them to build their business. But a lot of them also still need to pass themselves, get themselves over those obstacles and those hurdles as well. And I'm sure over the next 2 hours or so, if we can have some, some time to talk with you, or maybe to talk to the audience, I know that you have something prepared for us as well. But in the meantime, for those of us who don't really know too much about you, maybe are hearing about you for the very first time, would you mind, introducing yourself and telling us more about you?
Yes, sure. My name is Adeline Tan, and basically I have almost 1.5 decades into this healing Chinese metaphysics or you can call it ancient metaphysics. And basically, reason why I was actually into all this metaphysic work, of course, first of all, is that people say a word, miracles. It's like, it's an energy where you couldn't see, but however, we can actually manipulate it, and in order to help us, into our life day to day, and make our life becomes better and better each day. And slowly, because of throughout the years of practicing Chinese metaphysics, and I found that there is something lack of, where I couldn't do a one-stop services to my client, whereby some of my clients, when they are along the way, they are having some financial crisis, they are having some family problems, things like that. So I found that Chinese metaphysics is, I can tell you, I can fortune telling you that what is going to happen to you this year, next year, whether your business is going to be good, things like that. However, they are not able to do anything about it, even though we can provide the solution based on their budget chart. We call it budget chart because of there are 8 characters based on the Chinese ancient calculations, so we call it a budget chart. And because of that, so that's why I start to exploring into Reiki, into hypnotherapy, into energy healing, and all sort of in the Eastern world we call it Qigong, and basically explore everything. And finally, I found one thing, whereby you wanted to heal yourself. Generally, you have to actually know how to manipulate your energy. So that is the reason why now I am actually emerging the Chinese or the Eastern part of it, and right now I emerge together with the Western part, which is actually hypnotherapy or energy healing or whatever you call it. So I put both together in order to make it as a one-stop service for all my clients, in order they can actually improve their life, and in order to make their life become better and better each day.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing. This is what we call the best of both worlds, right? It's like putting hamburger into a sushi or something. It's whatever you think of the best from the West, and put it together with the best of the East. That's awesome. I'm personally interested to know, though, I mean, in terms of your experience with maybe your latest clients, especially around these times, what would you say is better and more suitable? Would you say it's the Western metaphysics or the Eastern practice?
Okay, so generally, if we are to talk about the Eastern part, we have this Chinese metaphysics, all right? And as a lot of people know, in Chinese metaphysics itself, right, mainly known or more popular known by the people will be the Bazi, okay, perspective. And when we talk about Bazi, basically we will actually take, normally people will ask, what is your year of birth? Okay, your date of birth and your hour of birth. So from there, we can actually translate into the chart, where for us, it's actually basically based on this mathematical calculation. Then we can tell what is, what sort of life the person will be enjoying, whether your life will be a grade A life, grade B life, grade C life, or grade D life, all right? And so at the same time, when we talk about the your own Bazi is not good enough, so that's why there is another subject under the Chinese metaphysics. We will have this Feng Shui, all right? And Feng Shui also using the 5 elements, and also map the external energy into our energy, because each of us individually, we ourselves inside our body, there is a mini universe, I call it. All right, and external, the environment, we also do have this, the universe, which is actually govern the platform of the entire platform of this planet. All right, and based on this external and the internal energy, we will align it. All right, in order we can maximize the best energy from the external form into ourselves, in order we can change our life. All right, and at the same time, maybe some people over here, you will actually know about, hear about this, we call it Chimen Dunja, and some other I Ching method or whatsoever, which is actually for the purpose of divination. So this is, I call it the eastern part of it. However, the other side, which is the western part of it, right now, and mainly that I'm actually using will be on the energy healing, where actually some people will be very familiar with Reiki, with hypnotherapy, with psychology, and all these things where actually we talk about our energy level. And just now I mentioned, in the Chinese side, we have this energy level within ourselves, which is governed by our own bazi, and also the external form, you call it Feng Shui. And in the Western side, we have this energy level where actually we can manipulate if you know how to. And generally, I put this together in order to maximize someone. And let's say, what if someone, their energy is super low today or tomorrow or 1 year later? How do we actually, manipulate this? So of course, there are many other methods. So, but basically, generally, later in the session, I'm going to share with all of you. If let's say today, you are not going to see a practitioner today, so what you can do for your own self. So that is about the Chinese side, the Eastern, and also the Western side.
Wow, that's very awesome. Actually, I'm excited
Yes.
to see that. So, from what I understand, you have some thing on energy and self-healing that you want to share with us today. Can you tell us a little bit more as a quick preview before we let you go into your presentation?
Oh yes, of course. My pleasure to share about this. Because, when we talk about energy, when we talk about self-healing, first of all, we actually will have to talk about our own energy level. Everybody, we are governed by energy. Say example today, whether are you happy or whether are you sad today, or maybe you look at someone today, the person, you can feel that, the person energy level is, relatively low, and the person is angry, or whether the person is sad, So all sort of emotions that we talk about is basically refers to energy. All right, and one individual to another individual, we can basically feel our energy one to another. All right, so that's why in Chinese we have this saying, we one person from this category of energy, normally that's how they will be attract the similar energy to their gang or to their category. All right, and because of all this energy has been categorized. All right, so that's why if you know how to switch, and or I call it the to use the button switch on or switch off, to know when to switch on your energy to the best level of the energy, in order you can absorb it into yourself, and that is how we can maximize all the things that we want. When we say the desired things that we want in our life, what are the things that we are looking at? Say example, for example, right now, maybe someone, they actually wanted to attract a good partner in their life. All right, and some people, they might want to attract good nobleman, which is helper, where actually to help them, to give them a good job, or to give them an easy life, or to give them business opportunities in order to expand their business, to give them the opportunity to get a promotion in their career, all sort of this. All right, so person to person, so this is all based on the energy level that we have. And if you know the key to open the door, so you will know how to maximize or to pull in all this positive energy from the external part into us, or either we can actually manipulate within us. Like I said just now, when I talk about energy, I not only refers to the external energy in the environment. I also mentioned outside, that is, I call it the universe of the environment. But inside us, we are also a mini universe. So which means we do have the power to change our life. So in details, later I'm going to share with you when I walk through the slide with all of you.
Wow, that is so amazing. The key to your success. And Dr. Adeline is going to be sharing with us now. I want to give you a little bit of time to prepare so you can start sharing your screen and try to figure out all the technical stuff if you want to see how you can kind of do that. But just to let you know, this is definitely something that I believe personally would help out in many of us in very variety areas of our lives. And just to let you know, some of the big events that I was just talking about when I was talking about people like Adam Koo and even Jerry, they all speak at the big events, the multi-speaker events, where those event organizers obviously only feature some of the very best in their respective niches. But I will tell you, regardless of whether they're talking about internet marketing or investments or any kind of wealth building or whatnot, I always see Adeline get invited time and time again just because of the power behind what she shares. Because I'm sure for many of us who have this kind of influence, being Eastern, being in Southeast Asia or whatnot, a lot of us do believe in the power of energy, of self-healing. And a lot of people also believe that when they're not successful, it means that they need to make some kind of shift, some type of paradigm shift in the way that they're doing things, putting things, and that's where the Feng Shui actually comes from. And so I believe that during this session, if you find yourself at this point in your life to be looking for additional opportunities, maybe make some different tweaks and opening the door and unlocking the secrets to what you have as your potential, this is definitely the key to that success. All right, so with that said, I think we can, you're ready, Adeline?
Yes, I'm ready so that I can share my screen here. Yes.
Are you? Oh, okay. You were temporarily muted or something, but now I see you again. So do you want to share your screen or do you just want to start by talking?
I'm going to share my screen here.
Oh, okay. So I
Alright.
just wanted to make sure that there's nothing wrong with your sound or anything. You see the share screen
Yes.
icon?
Can you see that? Right now?
Okay. I see it.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
I can see it. Okay, so we're gonna pull that up, and then it's just gonna take a little bit of a while. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let's give our full attention to Dr. Adeline Tan. Let's give her another big round of virtual applause inside the comments as she begins her awesome.
Well, all right. So generally, this is the screen and the information I'm going to share with you, all of you today. So, all right. So today, my title, my topic for today will be the energy and also self-healing. And so a little bit about myself, introduction about myself. Generally, this is what I have been doing, for my clients, and also the could be the seminars, conference or whatever that I talk about in my own profession. And these are some of the services that I have been, providing to my clients and the public. And so come to the actual slide for today. And when we talk about energy, first of all, right, because in the Chinese ancient side of it, so of course we always, put this concept, I call it the concept of yin and yang, or yang and yin. And why this concept is very, very important, all right, for you to take note of today is because everything in Eastern world, we believe everything in this world is always governed either by yang or either by yin energy. And that's why you actually can see this in the Taoism. We always use this, symbolism, the yin and yang energy. And a little bit details, to actually describe about the yin and also the yang concept itself, right? Very simple and straightforward, as everybody know that the yang energy basically refers to daytime, white, male, father, beautiful, tall, many, or you call it anything which is actually always at the higher end. All right, so that's why we call it Yang energy. However, opposite of it, to counter it, so we always have this concept where we call a Yin energy. And the concept of Yin itself is always the opposite to the Yang concept. Say example, just now I mentioned daytime. So opposite of daytime is always nighttime. White is always black in the opposite way. And male, of course, we will have a female. Father, we will have a mother, beautiful, ugly, short and tall, many and scarcity. And all these things, why is important? Because in the entire, we call it the universe, we are always governed by this yin-yang concept in order for us to move forward. And if you wanted to know how can we actually manipulate our own energy for our self-healing and into the most effective way, so this is the basic concept we need to learn. Well, when we talk about energy, there is an internal part and also the external part. So I have shared with all of you just now. The internal part of it is to refer to this yourself. And who are you? Yourself is actually governed by this energy, which is actually your date of birth and time of birth. When a person is born, the moment we were born, and this energy of that universe, the platform itself, will actually give you one sort of energy to tell you whether this your future life, okay, what are the milestones specifically you will be going through, and whether your career will be good, or whether your spouse will be good, or whether you will be enjoying a very happy happiness in your life, or whether this person is actually already born to be a depression person, so this is actually governed by yourself, which is actually energy calculated based on your date of birth and also your time of birth specific. However, the other part of it, where I call it the external part of it, so after you know that you yourself govern yourself as the mini universe within you, and there is another force where actually we will not be able to manipulate, or we are not able to to grasp a hold of it, which is actually known as the environment energy, or the universe in the environment. And now we need to know, in the Eastern Chinese metaphysics, we always talk about Feng Shui, Feng Shui, Feng Shui. I believe many of you have heard of these words called Feng Shui. And today's society, I believe not only the Eastern people know about it, even including the West people. There are also many of them comes all the way to all throughout the world, where actually to learn about this Chinese metaphysics or Feng Shui related method or technique. And these two parts, when we talk about the Feng Shui, which is the external environment, anything where you see, where you live, or where is your office located, all this environment externally, it will somehow has the amount of influence into your life. So that's why today I'm going to share with you how are we going to emerge or to align our internal energy and the external environment, the external energy outside us. All right, so when we talk about energy, so as I have mentioned the word, okay, the word of alignment. So of course, if one thing that you have aligned, then you will have the option one. When things are aligned, energy is aligned, so of course you will feel harmonious, okay, you will feel harmony. What do I mean by harmony? Harmony means that you do anything in your career, in your day-to-day dealing with your spouse, with your children, with your loved one, with your family members, with your colleagues, everything will be smooth sailing. However, if let's say right now, I do not have this proper alignment of the external to my internal energy, you will find that you will actually going through a disaster life. All right, so which means when the energy not aligned, so that will be a fighting, okay, between the internal part and the external part of it. When the energy is fighting each other, when they go against each other, so what is going to happen? Of course, very clear, everybody know. When we fight, of course, we will feel sad, we will be, punished, we will be, we will feel very sad, about us. But if let's say, when the energy is fighting each other, you will notice that we will not going to enjoy our day-to-day life. Everything seems like disaster to us. All right. So that's why in this context, how are you going to measure your own energy? So that is very much important, because every time when we talk about yourself, you, he, she, or whoever you talk about, as long as it's a human being, we are governed by this, the energy of a date of birth. So that's why, to ease you, I will let you, all of you, to actually go through with me this simple calculation. All right, why I say simple? Because it's just a mathematical form where to add up your year of birth in order to know whether your life gua. Because when we wanted to know very specific about your own energy, we need to know whether this life gua, what is your life gua. And your life gua will tell you about everything about yourself. And before we can actually align the energy into your house or into the environment, regardless your house or your office where you are working right now, so we need to identify what is your life gua. All right, and you will notice that above here I put the word for male. So if you are male, all right, if you are male, all right, so you have to follow this screen, and if possible, try to take a picture or snapshot this later. At least you can actually, do this not only for yourself, for your loved one, for your children, for your enemy, or whoever. All right, and this, for male, if your year of birth, okay, will tell you the answer. First of all, the cutoff point is February 4th, okay? Because the reason why we take February 4th, because when we talk about energy in the Chinese calendar, every cutoff energy for the new year or for the following year is always February 4th, okay? And let's say, what if today you are born in the year of, 1979, okay, 1979, and your year of birth is actually before February 4th. Say, take an example, it could be 1st of January 1979. So what you need to do is you cannot use the year of 1979. You have to use 1 year before, which is the 1978, to do this following calculation. All right, let me repeat this. All right, because this is actually the most important part, the entry part, before you even listen or following me to the remaining at the back of the slides, okay, of the explanation. So that's why you have to actually get this right. And let's say now you are born in the year, okay, let's say example, now here, this person is born, a male born in the year of 1954, and the date of birth is after February 4th, then you have to use the calculation based on 1954, 5 plus 4, all right, 5 plus 4 equal to 9, and you take 10 minus 9 equal to 1. Then your life gua is 1. All right, your life gua is 1. But what if you are born in the year of 1954, but your date of birth is before February 4th? Say example, 1st of January 1954. Then we will not use 54 or 5 plus 4. We will use the year of 1953, which is 5 plus 3 equal to 9, and 10 minus 8 will be 2. So the person life gua is 2. Alright, follow me. And if you are male, alright, there is a remark here. If you are male, your final number here equals to 5. If you are male, we will assume your life gua is 2. Alright, so you have to keep this number with you, and we are going to share in details why this number is important. Alright, so we move on. If you are a female, alright, and the cut-off point again is February 4th. Alright, and now we will add, let's say this person born in the year of 1974 after February 4th, and we will take 7 plus 4 equal to 11. 11, 1 plus 1 equals to 2. And for female, we will use the final number plus 5 equal to 7. So for this female, your life gua is number 7. Alright, follow me. So what if the person is born in the same year, 74, however the birthday is January, say maybe 9, alright, January 9, and then we will take 1973, 7 plus 3 equal to 10. 10, 1 plus 0 equal to 1, and 1 plus 5 equal to 6. Alright, so that is how we calculate the life gua for the female. Meaning to say, if you are male, you will take 10 minus your final number equals to your life gua number. But if you are female, we will take your number, the final number, plus 5 equals to your final number. So if your final number here, again, is, say example, it could be more than 1 digit, then we will add up again and equals to one final number that will becomes your life gua. And again, for female, we will assume if your final number is 5, then you will take the life gua as number 8. Alright? Life gua as number 8. Alright? So these two slides, you can take a picture so that you know how to do the calculation for yourself, for your loved one, for your children, and for your family members. Alright? And next slide. So now we know the internal energy, you, what is your life gua. Alright? Now we know you, what is the life gua for yourself. Alright? And next, we are going to share with you how we are going to see, alright, or to check the energy in the environment. Alright? Alright. Remember just now we talked about your life gua is life gua 7. And this page, please also use your handphone, your camera to take a picture and so that you can see. And the 8 here basically is referred to northeast, just in case you can't see. Alright, so now this page itself, alright, this page itself is important for you to later identify each of these sectors inside your house. Alright, so that is reason why I need you to take the picture of this page so that you know how to calculate later on back to your house or back to your office. And now we know your life gua is number 7. Alright, Number 7, later you will know west sector is always important to you, and I will tell you why it's important. All right, and well, next one. So we talk about environment, and we already know what is your life gua, and we also know which part of the house or which part of the office is important. So of course, many people always ask us, all right, they always ask us the question, whether do you think that now I wanted to engage a Feng Shui master to look at my house, and I wanted to realign my house. So whether house is important or the Feng Shui in the office is much more important. All right, so today there is a question thrown to you, which you think is important for you if you wanted to manipulate or you wanted to realign the energy for now. Of course, some people, they spend more time in their house. So of course, the energy in the house will be much more important. Say example, you do not have a lot of budget to do both at the same time. So for you to choose one, we always ask the person to choose the house, because house always for the person to sleep, and normally we stay in the house much more hours inside a house. But what if today you don't stay in the house most often? And so if that case, then you should look at your office Feng Shui. All right, so meaning to say, if you have the luxury of resources today, so we should do or rectify the environmental energy in the house and as well as the office. All right, okay, right now check where is your life gua fall into the sector of your house or your office. So that is very important. Say example, inside a house, we always have the bathroom, we always have the garage, we always have a small room, a study room, a storeroom, a living hall, or even your bedroom, right? And so now, the next page, I need you to take out your floor plan of your house to identify where is your life gua fall into. All right, but of course, before we move on to this next page, first of all, by having this is important. And always remember, many people, they are staying at houses, okay? Maybe they are not only staying in the condominium. And if you stay in the house, so which means you are not only to look at the floor plan for your ground floor or the first floor. So you have to take a look at the floor plan for every floor. Why? Every floor is always important to everybody. So you know how to distribute your energy and to maximize the energy in your house. Right. So next thing, what do we need? All right. So on top of your floor plan or your house, so you stand in the middle of your house and you put your compass and to measure 8 direction in your house from the center of your house. All right, I repeat, from the floor plan or from your house, then you take the compass. All right, you take the compass and you stand in the middle of your entire house or in the middle of your floor plan, and you measure all together 8 direction. All right, why 8 direction? Remember, here we do have a 8 direction. All right, so that is reason why we need to measure 8 directions. Okay, so the next one, once you got your north, south, east, west, then you will know this is your north, this is your northeast, this is your east, and this is your southeast. All right, and so on and so forth. And again, go back here. Remember, just now, your life gua here is number 7. All right, your life gua here is number 7. So we know Number 7 is represent west. Alright, number 7 is represent west. So we know west, this sector is important for you right now. Alright, this sector is important for you right now. Why is important? Because when after you have identified this sector in the west, we know that in this entire house, this sector of your west in your house, from the center of your house, this sector in the west is represent yourself. This represent you. Alright, meaning to say this sector now in your house is represent you. Alright, and the next thing we will have to check what we have outside the house, right? What is inside the house and what is outside the house. Both are important. I'm going to share with you in a while. Both are important. So first of all, you have to identify your gua fall into which sector in the house. The next thing, you will have to identify what is happening outside your house in your environment. Alright, say example, maybe from your living hall, you look outside of the window here, you will see there is a very beautiful ocean or beach, let's say. And or from your kitchen, you look out from the kitchen, you will see that is northeast, there's a mountain in the northeast sector. Alright, outside of your house. So meaning to say, mountain is there. Alright, and let's say right now, in the southeast sector, so if you go out of your house, that is your garden that you have decorated nicely in your house. Alright, and let's say from this part of your house, when you look out from the southeast to the east, alright, and you see there is a big high power tension, or we call it pylon. Okay, pylon in your house. Alright, so all these are important that you need to identify. Okay, or it could be a river, it could be a school, it could be a bright hall. When we talk about bright hall, meaning to say there is a big open space where it contains of the energy. Alright, so that's called bright hall. Alright, or it could be a temple, it could be a church, it could be anything else. When you look out from your house, what is in the environment from your house. Alright, so two things you need to identify inside your house, whether is that a bathroom, is that the kitchen, is that the the garden, or is that the staircase, or is that the study room, or is that the living hall. And outside of your house, is that a mountain, is that a river, is that the ocean, or is that a pylon, or is that a bomba station, is that a police station. So all those things you will have to identify. Alright, why those things are important. Okay, I'm going to share with you. Alright, so again, back to this. Alright, now you know what is happening in your external environment. Could be your house, could be your office. And now we need to check whether the energy is aligned with your house or your office. When I say your energy, whether it's aligned, alright, aligned or either not aligned, alright, it's because, first of all, remember your life gua. And your life gua represent a sector in your house. Alright? Second, what is inside of your house? Okay? And what is external form in the environment of your house. Then now we are going to tell you how we are going to align these two information. All right? Why all these are important? Because let's say now we go back here. Let's say right now, if you are to find that you are now life gua 7, west sector is very important to you. So now what if your west sector happen to fall in to the staircase, fall in to your could be your your bathroom, or it could be your this toilet, your washroom. Okay, so then the energy will be somehow a bit contented. Okay, will be contained or not moving. Okay, or maybe we call it not spacious for the energy to move within your house. All right, so that's why among all so many so-called the space that we have inside the house, always remember all this information I shared today is actually for you to identify the information for your entire life. Which means if you are to stay in your current house, or if one day you would like to move house to another space, okay, to another house, so you can always refer to this information. All right, so always make sure your life gua is always fall into a sector like a room. Say, when I say a room, could be your living hall, all right, could be your study room, could be your bedroom, okay, which is an open space or a spacious area. All right, so what if today, if your life gua, okay, if your life gua today is actually fall into this utility room, okay, a very tiny room, and there is this staircase has blocked the energy, and if this is the case, you will realize this person, when life gua fall into this sector, then this person will have a lot of limitation to the opportunities. All right, and I have seen a house where one of my friend, okay, so he has a lot of life problems, okay, and almost going to commit suicide one day, okay, when the person talked to me. And then when we go to check out the house, then we saw that, all right, we saw that the life gua of the person fall into the staircase. All right, then the person in this lifetime almost staying there in the house for almost more than 10 years. The career is always up and down and up and down. All right, what do I mean by up and down? Meaning to say the career life always is going up, then something good going to happen to the person, then the person will fall again. All right, and again comes to a certain time when the person meet the opportunities in career, then comes again certain time the energy not good, and the person will actually have a downfall again in career. So that is where we call the person either could be the life or could be the opportunities in career will be going up and going down drastically. It's like a drama show that we always watch. Okay, so that is one of the reasons. So what if some people will ask, so is that true that if today my life gua, all right, is fall into the energy, or which is actually the the washroom or the toilet, so is that still good? All right, so if let's say you are to take this Feng Shui information to another further level of understanding, and we actually will classify again the energy, whether it actually belongs to the person, okay, whether a money making opportunity, or whether it could be related to a networking opportunity. So what if it's really true that the energy fall within the person either networking or either the money making opportunity. So this will give limitation to the person. All right, or either the person will not be able to save money, or always in some people's life, right, they always have these unexpected expenses in their life. Say example, we met a lot of clients, so they always come to us. So they say, why I always not able to save money, or I put it into another way. A lot of people always ask, why every time when I save money up to like 10,000, 20,000, then things might go, went wrong in terms of the electrical appliances, or it could be to my car or anything. Then, I need to spend the money to fix all this problem. All right, meaning to say their life capacity for them to save the money always limited. All right, so if the person money making opportunity fell into the sector of bathroom, the toilet, so normally they will have this kind of unexpected unforeseen, unexpected expenses. So meaning to say, every time come to their life, okay, when they are able to save up to 5,000, 20,000 or certain amount of money, then it will be unexpected expenses that they need to spend the money. So then their money will fall back to the square one. All right. So we met a lot of all these, statistics, and that's why, if possible, try to either keep the place, okay, minimize usage of that if there is a bathroom, okay. Of course, the best is don't fall into a good sector, especially money making sector. Always not to see fell into your this washroom or either bathroom. All right, so otherwise then the person normally will have this kind of issue. Or some people even worse, they actually will encounter the financial crisis issue as well. All right, so what if today the person life gua is not fall into the utility, is not fall into the staircase, is not fall into this the toilet, but it is actually happen to be the maid's room. Why I say maid's room? It could be very small, the energy is always not ventilated. So meaning to say, this place happen to be is your is your personal life gua, your life gua sector, okay, for there. So meaning to say, you will see yourself always will be close-minded. When I say close-minded, meaning the person always will not be able to foresee, okay, things happen in the future, or will not be able to see 5 years, 10 years down the road, what am I going to do, things like that. And that's why it's always remember, if when you wanted to move into a new house, always remember to check, all right, what is the personal life gua. Always good to make sure that your personal life gua to fall into the spacious and with open space, with windows and a good ventilation, good energy flowing area. All right, so now come back here. So now after we know that whether in life, why it's always cause you something not so smooth sailing in our life right now, okay. So with all these things, how are we going to later to tackle and wanted to avoid all these negative vibes? So I'm going to share with you what will be the solutions later. All right, so before we move on, this will be one of the additional information to add on to it in order to tell you why some people, right, besides having a good sector or a bad sector in their house, at the same time, they are always fall into depression anxiety, which is actually always don't feel happy, some people, you look at them, they are always 24 hours and 365 days, they are always happy-go-lucky. Okay, they are always very happy, talk to you, and always hello here, hello there, with a lot of good friends, and they know how to enjoy their life. Okay, but some people, when you look at them, right, all right, and you will notice that they always feel sad. They always feel that why people always blame me, why things are not smooth in my life, why I always have this financial problem, why people are not fair to me, a lot of all these negative vibes happen to the person. Okay, so like I have shared earlier, okay, so based on your life gua, and based on your life gua fall into your house, and whether the space or the sector, whether it's good or bad, all right, at the same time, we can actually add on to it. Let's say example, if I were to give you a very easier way to recognize this, which is actually based on your year of birth, and especially people who born in the month of the September, August, October, all right, or either November, December, January. Okay, if your year of birth, your month of birth is actually happen to be in any of these month, normally it will be add on of these people. They always extreme thinker. All right, why I say extreme thinker? In Chinese metaphysics, right, we have this things called month of birth. Okay, and this month of birth we always will classify into 4 seasons. All right, 4 seasons. As you are very familiar, spring, summer, autumn, winter season. We always have 4 seasons. And this 4 season itself, right, every season govern 3 months. Okay, and in the Chinese metaphysics, matter producing water, okay, matter producing water is known as a season where the person always an extreme thinker. Okay, 金水多情. All right, so extreme thinker. All right, meaning to say the person always like to think and think and think. As long as you give the person a space, okay, to sit down, and normally the person will start to think. All right, and why we say extreme thinker, and normally people extreme thinker, they always will fall or into the depression or the anxiety mode. All right, why? Because most people, once they start thinking, they will not be able to contain the information or the ideas that they are thinking about. All right, and that is the reason why normally people who fall into the season, okay, of the month, which is actually in the autumn, which is August, September, October, and the season of winter, November, December, January, so they are always the extreme thinker. Let's say now we assume, back to just now the previous slide that we have, if the person right now, the life gua happen to fall into the bathroom or the staircase, and at the same time, on top of it, the person also born in the season of the autumn and also the winter season. All right, then normally this will lead the person always to think extreme way, and it will very easily to lead the person into a depression mode. all right, into a depression mode. So that is the reason why if you happen to have your this alignment of your energy in the house which is not too good, all right, and again your add-on bonus, also you happen to born in this season of autumn and also winter. So remember, later following page especially meant for you, all right, especially meant for you. And now we see, now we have identified what is the problem we have in our life, okay, based on our date of birth, all right, and based on our our environmental energy, okay, and of course we don't talk about what the person is doing and what is the profession the person is doing, all sort of we call it the control mood, all right. And so if we are to exclude that based on what the person has in terms of the life gua, the year of birth, okay, to determine, and also the next thing which is the environmental happen to be the house, the personal gua also fall into something not too nice, okay. So this following slides you shall take some picture comes to the important point, all right. So how do we tackle the problem, all right? So now, of course, just now we say, now you know that the energy that of your personal gua is actually fall into the fall into the bathroom. So you know that now bathroom is extremely important for you, all right, to talk about or to analyze your energy, and it will influence your energy whether you will have a smooth sailing life in your career, in your relationship, in your family dealing. Now, plus your energy or plus your your inside your bathroom or your washroom is very dirty, that you normally don't maintain a good energy, or you normally don't clean your toilet time to time, okay. So in this case, meaning to say your energy, yourself to the environment is now messed up, okay, is now messed up. Meaning to say, in this scenario, this house, the more you are staying, the longer you are staying in this house, okay, that your personal life gua happen to fall into this place, and it will give you extreme disaster in your life, okay. So if let's say you are the personal gua fall into your CR, okay, fall into your toilet, however right now, or your mid room, however the place, you always make sure that the windows is open, you always make sure that things are very clear, and ventilation is good, and everything is clean, all right, and you always make sure that it's dust free. So in the scenario of option 1, at least you will not encounter the extreme disaster in your life, okay. You will not encounter the extreme disaster in your life. But what if under this scenario, okay, under this scenario that we know, we wanted to actually add on additional bonus point and make our life even much easier, all right. So what do we need to do next, okay? So you have to make sure the environment in your house, okay, always has to be in a very tidy and neat manner, okay. You can have many things in the house, but everything is arranged properly, everything is arranged neatly, all right. Everything is arranged in a very clean and a dust free manner, Okay, so this is first condition. All right, and the next thing, we take this, a little bit further. Okay, in order for you to, have, plus point solutions, okay, to your house. What can we do? All right, so this is actually a 罗书 chart we talk about. If you are doing Feng Shui, you will know that this 罗书 chart is extremely important in Feng Shui. All right, and of course, I share something easy for you to understand and you can grab immediately. All right, what are those information? This 罗书 chart originally, remember I said just now, this direction, all of this 8 direction already telling you what is the element inside here. And among these 4 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay, among these 8 elements, okay, 5 elements or 8 sectors, all this information itself, right, will also, there is a collaboration between them. All right, first of all, let's say now you are now in the life gua of 7. As we earlier understand, if we are life gua of 7, so meaning to say this west sector of number 7 here, west, is extremely important for us ourselves. All right, now we wanted to add on what other things inside the house can help us, all right, can help us to make our life become easier and better. All right, or either could be the person right now west fall into the bedroom or fall into the a bathroom or the toilet. So now, how can I make use of other place or other direction or other sector in order to help myself? There are 2 methods. Okay, another method is in your house. Okay, in your house, after you know what is your life gua number, in your house, we always can find our allies. Okay, and this allies is actually always with the combination of 10. Okay, how do we work out this number? Let's say now you are life gua of 7. 10 minus 7 is 3, or 7 plus 3 is 10. All right, so meaning if you are life gua of 7, meaning to say this is your friend sector, also extremely important for you. Meaning to say, this is also the sector where you need to take care of this sector in order to make sure it is always clean, dust-free, and to boost your friends or networking opportunities. All right, do you follow me? Now you are life gua of 7. Okay, now you are life gua of 7, and to find your allies sector, always is 10 minus 7 equal to 3, or 7 plus 3 equal to 10, and this 7 and 3, each sector of 3 is the important sector for you to build your network or partnership. All right, follow me. To build your network and partnership, meaning to say, now you wanted to actually, to build your business. All right, you wanted to do something where actually you wanted to expand something that you are currently doing, and you need the network to help you. All right, how do we go about it? So you can look for this method, which is the combo of 10, in order you can make sure this area in your house is clean, dust-free, less items, objects in this sector, in order that can help you and give you the best ever network or friends sector or networking sector. All right, so this is one method. All right, and now you want to have more, okay, to expand more, that you can actually make more money right now. All right, so there's another method that in the Luo Shu chart, as we have in the Luo Shu chart, based on this 8 direction, every pairing of this color, where I have paired it over here, that's blue and blue, red and red, this gray and gray, and this green and green. Okay, 4, 9, her 2 number, 2, 7, her 2 number, her 2 number of 6, 1, her 2 number of 8, 3. All right, so this is one pair, this is one pair, this is one pair, and this is one pair. All right, so right now, if you are 7, southwest of 2, this sector is also your opportunities sector. All right, this is also your opportunities sector. So meaning to say, this is a very important sector that you need to take care of. All right, when I say you need to take care of, meaning to say, make sure that everything's are nicely arranged, neat and tidy, dust free, clean time to time, and make sure that the space itself is always energy is flowing or ventilated. All right, ventilated, which means the energy is always flowing. When energy flowing, there is a few methods that you can do. All right, first of all, if this sector, particular sector itself, right, is actually near to your window, so you can open up the window and to let the external energy to flows into your house. All right, and there is second method, if there is a door or the sliding door, you can open up the door, and in order to make sure that the energy is always flows in, and if there is a door, you can always use that sector, which is the door in that sector, to actually conveniently for you to access to other place. All right, and otherwise there's another method. If you do not have a door, if you do not have the window, what you can do, you can actually on the fan. Okay, you can on the fan, or you can on some moving item, moving object in the sector, in order to actually let the energy flows as well. All right, so that is another method. Okay, so these three sector, all right, in your house, always plays very important energy, okay, to make you a success, okay, or make you a smooth sailing life. All right, but of course, on top of it, all right, if one day you have the opportunity, so there is every month and every day the energy also will flows in a star, and to take precedent, and to make the energy either far better for you, or either it will be far so-called negative vibes for you, to actually bring you some disaster as well. All right, so that is how we actually will make use all this energy or the information, okay, to enhance ourselves. All right, so now we know in your environment, whether your house or whether your office, so whether this sector is good or whether your aligned sector is good, or whether you wanted to make use of the opportunity sector in your house or in your office, and always make sure that all these sectors are always in order. And option one, always make sure that it is clean, it is not messy. All right, so in order, it will give you a smooth sailing, all right, life for yourself. All right, so this is based on the Feng Shui method, which is also a healing, okay, a energy healing, but this is based on the Feng Shui method. All right, that's very easy. That go back to your house, and in order to clean your house. All right, so that is reason why it's always good that to make sure your house is always clean, dust free, and in order you can have a smooth sailing in your life. All right, let's say example, this is a example that I have. You can have many things inside the kitchen, but make sure that everything is always nicely kept, all right, or either nicely arranged. All right, always make sure that everything here is a dust free and cleaned it time to time. All right, and you can have your bedroom, okay, less item, or at the same time you can have your bedroom which is actually with many decorative items. Okay, as for like ladies, we have many, cosmetic, anything that you talk about. All right, you can have many, but always make sure it's always nicely arranged. All right, so that will definitely help you. Okay, and so after we talk, okay, about the solution or share the solution with you from the Feng Shui perspective. All right, so of course there is another method where we talk about when you, okay, let's say example, right now you are ill, okay, you have sickness and you need to go and see doctor. Okay, so always people when they comes to us, okay, when they talk to us from when engage us from the Bazi perspective for the Bazi consult, they always will ask the question, do you think I should go for Western medicine or should I go for Eastern medicine? All right, when we talk about Western medicine, of course it's very clear. You are sick today, you are having migraine, you go and see doctor, so doctor will prescribe you and then ask you to eat, to consume this medicine in order to cure your migraine. Okay, that is specific to your migraine. But what if the person do not like to eat medicine? Some people, right, in the Bazi, we will be able to see whether it's good for the person to actually go and seek the medication from the Western or either from the Eastern, Western or either Eastern. When I talk about Eastern, right, in Chinese metaphysics, we call it alternate solutions, okay, alternate medication. Okay, when we talk about alternate medication, we refer this to the method of Chinese herbs and some other. All right, so all this is Chinese, Eastern or alternate solution. All right, so then we will actually advise the customer. So what if today, when you wanted to heal yourself, you basically will either choose the Western medicine or the alternate solutions. So today, I am not doctor, all right? I will not be able to give you any prescription or any medications to cure from the Westerners, medicines perspective, okay? So I can share with you personally my experience, all right? My experience, I've been through meditation. I learned meditation when I was really young, okay? And I also do practice a bit of yoga, okay? but this is definitely not, my favorite. All right. Then subsequently along the way, many years ago, I started to learn qigong. All right, I started to learn qigong, and this is my favorite method, and it's really blend well qigong together with meditation. All right, it really blends so well. All right, and the reason why all these methods, okay, we classify as alternate solutions or self-healing method. Reason being, all these methods, we are trying to recognize the energy inside our body, and we know how to manipulate the energy within the body in order to bring up to the good level. The moment the energy level move from the negative vibes, okay, into above the level of positive vibes, that is the reason why the person, when you look at the person, we are ancient metaphysics practitioner. One of the methods that we look at people, we call it physiognomy, 人相, all right. So when we look at the person, the highest physiognomy method, we don't talk about the person, whether beautiful or handsome, whether the eyes is big or whether the eyes is small, or whether the person is beautiful, pretty or ugly. We don't talk about all these features, okay. In physiognomy, we always will look at the person energy level on our face, okay. So this can be simply straightforward to describe. When you look at your friends, sometimes you will feel that, wow, why your energy so down? Wow, are you sick? Wow, you are so happy. So all this energy level always is the most important and significant phenomenon that we will look at. Okay, before we even look at, to say that, wow, you have a big nose, you have a small eyes, and this or that, we don't describe about all those. We will look at whether the person has this, we call it the eye spirit, or the chi, the energy of the person, whether it's good or bad. All right, and in Chinese, we to say this 氣色, okay, 氣色, whether 你嘅氣色 today good or not, your chi color, whether your eye spirit 眼神, your eye spirit whether good or not. So that is all come back to the healing of our energy, the energy level within our body. All right, so that's why meditation, yoga, and qigong always touch base on the internal energy of us, ourselves. All right, and that's another method. Okay, along the way, after I came to know about all this meditation, qigong, or you talk about yoga, or many people nowadays also start learning about Reiki, all this I learned before, and all this is you can do the energy manipulation for yourself. All right, and this is to refer to the people who has the determination to do it by yourself. But do you know that not everybody has the determination to follow through and to continue and persistently to practice it every day, every week, every month, or either year to year? So that's why I subsequently, all right, discover there is another good method that can help us to change our life, all right, where you don't need to do it yourself, and we can engage the practitioner, the therapist, to do it for us. All right, you don't need to do it yourself. Okay, today I'm lazy. I do not want to do qigong. I do not want to do meditation. I'm lazy. I do not want to do all this. I am not a persistent person. Okay, so what can you do? There's another method, self-healing method, and this is a hypnotherapy method. Why this method is so powerful that I would like to actually share with you here today, okay, where I classify this under one of the method of alternate solutions, because I have doing Bazi consultations and Feng Shui consult for so many years. I have met a lot of customers, okay, and come to a point, I also do have the bottleneck where I found that I give solutions to my clients, however, they are not able to follow through the solutions that we give to them or we provided them, and so they are back to square and they are not able to change their life. When we say change our life, people always say this: said is always easier than done. So meaning to say, I can tell you 1,000 solutions based on your Bazi, could be your Feng Shui, could be this, could be that, to realign everything in your life. However, not everybody would have the luxury to change their life. I'm not sure whether do you agree, but being a practitioner in metaphysics, all right, and I have been, I have been actually doing many consults in the past. I really come to a bottleneck that where my clients, they come back again and again, and they are helpless, okay, about themselves, all right, and so that was the reason why I discovered this self-healing method, all right. But I noticed, I'm sharing with them, I say, okay, this is a good meditation method, and this is a good qigong method, and I even introduce them, my qigong teacher, to them, ask them to go and learn personally, pick up personally by themselves, so that they can practice, they can improve their life, this and that. But finally, not everybody again is persistent doing it, all right. So that was the reason why I discovered there is another best solution where the people, they are not persistent doing it. So I go and learn, and I make it as one of the professional service that I provide people, all right. So which means people pay, and now I can do it for you, and instantly, to free the person from all this problem, all right. What is hypnotherapy? Hypnotherapy is basically, in our brain, right? Okay, in our brain, you always can see this, image where we call it the iceberg. Okay, iceberg itself, right, where above the sea level, okay, it's just very, small amount of mountain that we can see above the sea level, but below, inside the ocean, there is a huge part of our brain that most of us are always do not talk about it, and that is where, from the beginning of the sharing just now, I have shared with you, we are the mini universe in this universe platform. And inside this iceberg is very clear to tell us this hidden part, where you can call it Western terminology, we call it subconscious mind, okay, or I use another method, okay, I use another terminology. I called it mini universe within you, all right, where most people are not discover about themselves. And hypnotherapy basically can bring someone's mind from the iceberg above sea level, which is the conscious state, to the subconscious state in oneself, in order we do it and we change the person pattern or the behavior of a person, and in order we can help them to change their life. All right, but of course easier said than done. All right, why? Because we learn the skill how to do it, and to really you wanted to make it, you know, most effective way of doing this generally is how we can actually make use of is that when we are to having the pre-talk with the client, then we will have to identify what exactly the client's having a problem right now, okay? And because of that, that's why we will be able to actually so-called capture this part in our life. All right, so now let's see, if let's say now today we do not have, you know, you do not wanted to go and engage a hypnotherapist to do this method for you, what we can do, we can actually do it for ourselves. All right, we can also do the therapist, okay, hypno for ourselves or on ourselves. But how do we do it? Just now like I said, right, the universe, we have a mini universe within us, and we also have the universe which is actually externally in the environment. Now we wanted to external part and the internal part, we wanted to align. All right, and this alignment is for us to find the key to unicode it and to, you know, to decode this secret in order the door is to open for us, okay? And to do this absolutely, you can actually use a very simple method where I called it the I called it the 6 steps, okay, for yourself to actually do this. And in the market, you actually will see some people, they use a 3-2-1 method, okay? And some people, they use a 5 steps method, all right? But for me, I actually will use a 6 steps method, okay, to decode this, okay? And first of all, right, the first step itself, right, you have to think, okay, yourself, the current moment, okay, your current moment, free yourself up, okay, and don't think of anything else, just to free your mind and to free yourself, for bring yourself back to the current moment. And then after that, to have a deep breath, okay, and to do the second step, okay, 1 step forward, step 2, and to think what is the current problems that you have. All right, to think what is the current problem that you have. All right, you can describe, okay, you can mentally describe about all the problem that you have, and then after that you finish, telling your, storytelling about your problem. Then you move 1 step forward, okay, you move 1 step forward, and to think how this thing can help you, okay, how you want this thing to be resolved. All right, let's say example, maybe you currently you're having a financial problem. All right, then let's say you, after having a financial or maybe a relationship problem, and then when you move to the step 3, then you tell yourself, what is the desired outcome that you want? Ask yourself, okay, you say it, you have to create, okay, you have to tell yourself in the step 3. And after you tell yourself, okay, what is the things, the desired outcome that you want, okay, then you 1 step forward to step 4, okay, and to ask yourself, is there any other resources that you think you are not able to do it for yourself and you need people in the surrounding? It could be a, nobleman, okay? It could be a friend who can actually help you. It could be, you are having a relationship problem. You are looking for, you wanted to solve this problem, but until now, you are not able to meet a good lawyer. Okay, so then you are lacking a good lawyer. Okay, so in that step 4, you think you need to meet up with a good lawyer. Let's say that will be a limited in your resources that you want, and you do it now. All right, so you demand, okay, in your mind, that is one thing that you want. Okay, and then comes to the step 5. All right, come to the step 5. And how do you want this exactly? You are combining all the resources that you wanted to resolve, okay? And to tell yourself exactly what this thing, you put all resources that can help you. At the same time, at the step 5, you will have to tell yourself, promise yourself, agree to yourself how you can get this thing done, and how you can make sure that this is what you can contribute, okay, and to make sure that this thing are resolved for you. All right, and how you can actually to make sure that this is the problem that you have. Okay, maybe let's say example just now, you want how the lawyer can do for you. At the same time, in this step, okay, step 5, what are the things that you can do? Maybe you can actually start engaging the people, or maybe you're already knowing 1 or 2 person can actually help you. You make the call, and you do what you can actually help to do yourself to contribute to this problem. Okay, and make sure everything's done, and you also imagine, okay, about the situations that you can actually settle it, and comes to the step 6, which is the most important. This is the time you have to connect to your higher self. All right, some people they call it higher self, but some people they actually call it the inner voice, and some people they actually call it the universe. Okay, so regardless what you wanted to to describe this, okay, but basically I call it higher self. All right, so you can actually connect to your higher self, and ask your higher self, connect with your higher self, and ask your higher self to give you what is lacking that you wanted the universe, your mini universe, to tell you how exactly this thing can help you and give you a inner voice, and to settle the problem, to perfect the problem, the solutions that you have. All right, and the number 6, step 6, okay, step 6 basically is a connection to your higher self. Okay, where some people at this point, they will be able to hear a voice, an inner voice, to tell them something. Okay, some people will be able to see a picture in front of them, and some people they actually will feel some emotions during this point. Could be crying, could be anything else. All right, so as long as you can feel the message coming from within or from anywhere to tell you what is lacking in you and what can make you feel better, and what is the internal connection to your higher self that you need to do in order for improving your life in the future. Okay, throughout these 6 steps forward. All right, And that is where the time you are able to unlock, all right, you are able to unlock, all right, or to align your mini universe to the external universe, and to open up the door within you. You know, some people, right, they can, you know, some people, they are very rich, they could be very happy, you know, with whatever that they have, you know, and all that. But comes to a point when they are, you know, when they are back into their own room, all right, they might feel depressed, or they might feel something lacking in them, or they might feel loneliness, all right. They might be very happy outside, talk to people, you know, everybody say, wow, you're so lucky, wow, you are so rich, wow, you are having this, oh, you are having that. But some people, right, when you are coming back to yourself, when you are alone that time, how would you really feel? You know, some people, they are lacking of one thing, the internal connection to their own self, okay. And if you are to look into the, you know, in the market, some people, they call it the inner voice. And you can actually call it the inner voice, you can actually call it the higher self, you can call it your inner self, all right, or mini, you know, your universe, your universe, or anything, okay, regardless, any terminology that you feel comfortable to use, all right. Why some people, they feel lonely when they are alone, okay? Because they are lacking the connection deep inside them. And this method of stages method, or 6 steps method, is generally can help you to actually solve your day-to-day, you know, find a day-to-day solutions, or it can help you to connect deep inside you back to your higher self, all right. When you know, when everybody, once we are connected, you will realize that, okay, you will realize that the person will, you know, anything happen to the person's life, the person will easily feel contented, okay. Reason why some people, they are always, you know, not happy, or they don't feel contented in their life, all right, because they do not know what they are doing, or what they want in their life, or what they supposed to do in, you know, the next step, okay. So this is a method where actually to help us to find ourselves, and where are you, which is actually from internally, your mini universe just within yourself. And most people, they only see outside, but they always forgot to look back at themselves and to talk to themselves. That's why nowadays, right, there is a very famous you know, statement. Most people always talk about this: give yourself some me time, all right. Why to give yourself some me time? Because internal connection to your higher self will make you feel success, and it's the key to the door and to yourself. It's a great connection ever, all right. And all right, so to end this, so if you are first time seeing me here today, and you know, hope to see you there, you can always join me in this journey, and you can like my page, Dr. LG Adeline Tan, on the Facebook page. And any inquiry, and you can always call, you know, call this number, and you can actually, you know, email to us, and we will attend to you, all right. So thank you for sharing today. And if let's say you do have any questions, so we are happy here, okay, to actually talk to you here. Thank you.
Right. Yeah, that was super awesome. Thank you, Adeline. And to be honest, because we do have a wide variety of people from all around the world, some people who are still up in the U.S. watching this. Obviously, this is a very brand new concept to a lot of people, and so I don't know. I didn't know exactly how receptive people would be because it's new, right?
Yes.
It's not exactly internet marketing. It's not exactly digital strategies. I'm sure you have the same feeling every time you go to an internet marketing seminar, and then you come up and you start talking about energy and healing and feng shui and all those things. But incredibly, we're seeing a lot of really positive people who really found value in what you're sharing. For example, Kevin is saying this is super powerful, life transformational. People are saying this is amazing. We got, some fellow locals around here, Singaporean, and then we're seeing that, people are just simply loving this, agreeing with you about everything is energy, right? Gorgeous. Wow, you're getting lots of
Thank you.
hands and things like that. So, I mean, I think that this has been an incredible session. You mentioned the last time that we talked that you can go for hours, you can go for days if you wanted to. And I think that for many of us, myself included, who have been glued to everything that you have been saying, this is just something that we can never get enough of. So definitely thank you very much. As Adeline mentioned, in the last few minutes that we have here, getting groove bumps, nice analogy there. For the last few minutes, she is here to answer questions if you have any, because I think that many people have also been following you and following as you were going through the calculator, as you were going through the moving around the objects and things like that.
Yes.
I mean, I'm starting to see even some questions coming in already, and I don't even know how many of these questions we have time for. But Omar is asking, I just used the Life Gua calculator, and it said that I am a Life Gua 9. Is that rare?
Oh yeah, correct. So if you already have a life gua calculator, because out there in the market there is many calculator available, so you can actually use the calculator, and they say that it's your life gua 9. So meaning to say, this is not rare, because like myself, my husband is also a life gua 9. So which means you are having exactly the same information, sharing the same information as him. Yeah. So, and life gua 9 is always a person who is always wants to be outstanding, and you always hyper, you are always energetic. So that's why the south sector is very, very important to you. So make sure you take care of your south sector.
Interesting. Awesome. Yes. Thank you for answering that. Peter is asking, is feng shui, is it different for everybody, or is the general principle pretty consistent?
All right, it's a good question, because in Feng Shui, right, because Feng Shui is no longer so-called new in the market. So if you are to follow some of the Feng Shui master out there, practitioner, you will notice that some people, the information, the methods that they teach, okay, they share, is a permanent information. When I say permanent, which means like those information I shared just now, I'm trying to use a permanent method, which means you are moving to any house, this is always fixed for you, and in order to benefit you forever. But there are some methods, okay, out there, the master are only using the every month changing information, every year changing information. So we are from the Chinese community, so very very popular that every year, wow, next year is the this year is a year of a rat, okay, so we have to do this, which animal sign is good. So those are, we call it the annual year information. But just now what I have shared is the permanent, consistent information, is for lifetime.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Yep. People are so excited. Thank you for your info. Always intrigued and wanted to learn this, and of course their opportunity came today. We have people who are all the way in the US who cannot get themselves to go to bed just because of the awesome content that you have been sharing. And so,
Thank you.
a lot of people are just so amazed. You're getting hearts and love everywhere. Hypnosis is so powerful. People are saying, wow, I'm all ears.
Yeah.
So crazy. Yeah. So, okay, let's take one more question then. It says, Kevin is asking any food or nutritional things that you would recommend.
All right. This is also, we can actually talk from, two perspectives. If, for myself, right, I eat anything, okay? I do not have, limit myself to just eat this or eat that, because my basic principle, to live happily, we shouldn't restrict ourselves from just eating certain food, all right? But to a real practitioner, if you really wanted to enhance your energy, actually the person should eat less meat. Okay, that will be good. All right. Why reduce the intake of meat is because of, if the person eat less meat, it will make the person easy to connect. But doesn't mean that you cannot eat. I myself, I eat anything. I like to eat steamboat. I like to eat beef because my husband from Philippines, they are always a beef intake. Consume a lot of beef. So I eat anything. So whether is that really true that food will really make a difference? To me, is that most important is that eat whatever that you think you like to eat. But if you really wanted to enhance a battle energy, you can always go for any food which is actually much more consume less intake of meat. That will be the best.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, very, very cool. Thank you so much for that. So, as we close out then, Adeline, I think many people would love to learn more about you and know how to get in touch with you. I know you showed your Facebook page earlier, as well as maybe some other social media. Would you mind reminding us how we can get in touch with you, and as well any parting words of wisdom that you would like to share upon us?
All right. Okay, myself, right? If you are really interested to follow me, okay, because I'm sharing all this information, especially lately on the hypnotherapy, especially. So you can follow my Facebook page, where you can look for Dr. Dr. LG Adeline Tan, my name. Okay, it appears on the screen, and at the same time, you can also correct. You can also check it out. The informations, related to all this, to end the entire sessions, I really, really wanted to tell you this. Always believe in yourself, all right? Because confidence is always from within. It's not any other motivational speaker give you. It's always from within. And if you think that today you can't give your own confidence, so you can actually get the external assistance from the motivational speaker, from the hypnotherapist, from this, from that. But end of the day, everything is always from within us. So make sure that you are self-sufficient. When you are self-sufficient, you will be able to give a lot more to the world, a lot more to your family members, a lot more to your children, especially your spouse. All right. So as long as don't feel scarcity, okay, as long as you felt self-love, self-sufficient, anything can be from you. Always remember, you are the universe within yourself. The moment if you can align yourself and truthful to yourself and to align to the universe, anything you called it, anything you want it, is always, you can grab it just within your distance. Thank you.
Wow, absolutely incredible. So with that, this is unfortunately our time together. I wish we had more. I've learned so much. We have so much excitement here. Dr. Adeline Tan, appreciate your time. I will definitely be getting in touch with you. I think many of us will be doing the same. Stay tuned because you're going to have a lot of very excited groovesters wanting to learn more about everything that you have taught with us here today. Again, thank you very much. We appreciate
you.
your time. Everybody, please give a big round of virtual applause. Lots of hearts, lots of thumbs up and claps. And thank you to Dr. Adeline Tan for your time today. Thank you so much. We'll see you again next time.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow. Now, if you were not excited about that, or if you didn't learn anything, I encourage you